Hello and welcome to another episode of AWS Cloud Bytes News. I'm your host Bhavesh Kumar. Friends, if you like these videos, please like, subscribe, share, and click the notification bell icon for future updates. Also, comment on topics you want me to cover for our architecture and certification series. Let's look at the first news. AWS Glue DataBrew now supports cross-account Glue Data Catalog S3 access. AWS Glue DataBrew is a new visual data representation tool that makes it easy for data analysts and data scientists to clean and normalize data to prepare for analytics and machine learning. You can choose from over 250 pre-built transformations to automate data preparation tasks, all without any need to write any line of code. So you can see two pictures on the top. You have one picture showing that you have a data catalog, you have data stores, there are crawlers, this is AWS Management Console, then you have a data source, primarily extract, transform, and load. So you can see the extraction is happening, transform is what this job is. So data catalog, this depiction shows like there is a transformation that is happening, and then you load the transformed or the data that is mined out of this particular transformation into a data target. Similarly, on the right side, there is another picture of AWS Glue. You can see that you have S3, RDS, Redshift, DynamoDB, and JDBC connectivity. So you have a crawler that runs, and there is a classifier. You can use a custom or built-in classifier. Then you have connectivity to these data stores. And then you have the schema coming in, and you write the metadata to a data catalog saying this is what we infer out of that particular data. Now, going back to point 3, you can automate filtering anomalies, converting data to standard formats, and correcting invalid values and other tasks in Glue. Once data is ready, you can immediately use for analytics and machine learning projects. The last part of Glue is pay of what you use. There is no upfront cost. Now, AWS Glue DataBrew customers are now able to use AWS Glue Data Catalog S3 tables from other AWS accounts. If an appropriate resource policy is created in the AWS Glue console, after creating the policy, the relevant data catalog S3 tables can be selected as input source when creating a DataBrew dataset. So it makes it easier for sharing the data across accounts before cleaning and transforming it with DataBrew. Moving on to the next news. AWS Lambda support for PrincipalOrgID in resource-based policies. AWS Lambda now supports the AWS PrincipalOrgID condition key in Lambda functions resource-based policies. There is an example of resource-based policy on the left. You can see this is standard, like you have version, you have ID, you have statement. Then you have effect is allow, you have a principal, you have action, and then you have a resource over here. What resource? And then you have string equals saying for this particular account, and where the resource S3 bucket is the source resource. So there is an ARN for S3 bucket. So this is just an example. You can use resource-based policy for Lambda functions, including specific version or alias to grant usage permission for other AWS account or AWS services. The AWS PrincipalOrgID key provides an alternate way to list all account IDs for all AWS accounts in an organization. Previously, to restrict access to Lambda functions to only principals from AWS accounts inside of your organizations, user had to individually add each AWS account ID to resource-based policy. Now you can specify the organization ID in the condition element of the Lambda's resource-based policy. You can start using this feature via AWS Console, CLI, CloudFormation template by passing your org ID when adding permissions for a Lambda function, specific versions, or aliases. This feature is available in regions where Lambda is available except for AWS China region. Now, AWS PrincipalOrgID key is designed to control access to AWS resources by using the AWS organization of IAM principles. Moving on to the next news. AWS Chime SDK Live Transcription Auto Language Identification. Now AWS Chime SDK lets developer add real-time video, audio, and screen share to their web and mobile applications. There is an example of AWS Chime. You have the customer side where the AWS Chime SDK is there. You have a JavaScript client SDK, and there is another JavaScript client SDK from the company side. You have AWS SDK, which creates media session and manages attendees. You have Lambda, which is server-side application that uses the SDK again. Then you have media services. So this example shows you how the customer, external or internal, both connect to AWS Chime SDK to interact with SDK for having an interaction such as real-time audio, video, and screen share. Live transcription uses an integration with Amazon Transcribe to generate live audio transcription for use as subtitles or transcripts. Developers can use automatic language identification to detect language spoken and generate transcriptions in that language. Amazon Transcribe can automatically identify the dominant language for transcription generation. The identified language is provided in the data message for incorporation into the user interface as desired. This is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell icon for future updates.